Rennie, it was a fantastic performance that warranted the win on Sunday afternoon, but you were very, very pragmatic when you came out of the dressing room. It's one win. You weren't getting carried away. How do you feel now?
I've obviously enjoyed the win and the moment because you have to, and you have to show the players how much you enjoy it. Because I told the players after the game in the dressing room, remember the times that we sat here and we didn't get the result, how bad you felt, and just realise again how good this feels. But you need to try to think about what has created this good feel factor, and there's a number of things. That's why you're working on a training pitch so hard every day. That's why, you know, and that work is carried on the pitch, and you did against Aston Villa, and you got the reward you wanted. But let this be, you know, a platform for the next performance.
So you've had a whole week's training with the guys now. How are the preparations going for Everton? Goodison Park historically for Fulham is not a great place to travel to. Give the fans a reason to travel to Everton.
Well, because if the longer it takes, it always the chances that we're going to do well there is going to be bigger. Simple as that, you know. And see, my personal point of view is, and that is what I tell the players. So listen, as long as I will be in charge of this team and this club with you guys, I will always prepare the team to win. That's, I think, an obligation for any Premier League team. And that's why you sometimes get these sort of results where a West Brom wins away to Manchester United. So if West Brom can win there against Man United, why can we not go, you know, and win away to Everton? Just because history says, and that is, I think, the most important thing, that teams in that sort of bracket, you know, where, well, they do really well if they're mid-table. But the one thing I'm going to discuss that with the players is, you know, yes, we want to win, but we are allowed to lose. That sort of belief. I'm not really believing in that. And I explained that to the players, because if you get carried away with that, that sort of allowing to lose becomes a belief in itself. And you think it's acceptable. No. Every game requires a top performance from a Premier League team in a Premier League performance. And if you step within that, it's a complete different approach. Because every game you can pick up 3 or 1 point or maybe nothing, but give yourself the best chance and best shot to making sure you come out with the best possible result.
You made a number of changes to both teams from the Spurs game, and then a couple of other changes as well for the Aston Villa game. Is that something we're likely to see, that you utilise the squad to the best of its ability effectively for every game that comes up?
I thought long and hard, obviously, the squad I wanted to pick, of the team I wanted to pick against Spurs. And obviously there was a couple of injuries that I had to pick certain players, but that team really proved a lot to me with regards to the spirit, determination, the willingness to do well. I think all these players deserved to start again against Aston Villa. The reason why I gave Pat Kasami a rest and for Steve Sidwell to come in the midfield, I felt that's where we could make a difference, to make a real strong midfield, to get a good balance going back and going forward, which proved to be successful. I think if you can draw at times from a similar sort of, not to make too many changes, you see that there's a sort of momentum coming in the team, a sort of a flow that people start. But with the games coming up, especially over the Christmas period and New Year, there's no doubt we have to adapt and we have to utilise the squad, because every player has a role to play.
A name on the substitutes bench from Sunday was Lars Christensen, who hasn't featured there before. What was your thinking behind that?
The young players deserve a chance when they show good progress, and Lars was one of those players. Had a good look, you know. Obviously the under 21s and the under 18s, they do a fantastic job, and there's some really good players. And I need to make sure that we start to create a platform for these players to really start to get used to this level in training, and giving them sort of experiences, and that's why he was on the bench.
And do you think that there's the balance between youth and experience that you might try to exploit later on in the season, potentially?
I think I'm a very strong believer in bringing young players through, and it is very important you find the right sort of blend in training, and when the opportunity arises, you must not be afraid to give them the opportunity to play.
We're still in the bottom three. The table doesn't lie. There are a lot of important games coming up. Obviously, away from home, a couple of them, and the busy Christmas period. I know that you don't really set targets in that way, but what do you look at trying to get in terms of performances over the next few weeks when it is all hands to the deck and the games come thick and fast?
I think the two big games coming up now, Everton away and then City at home. I think we've built a decent enough platform in the last two games to go there with enough confidence, and the preparation has been good. One of the most important thing I think we got out of the game against Aston Villa was a clean sheet. We need that, because if you're leaking goals too easily, you've got never a chance, and that's the sort of thing that we need to carry on into the Everton game. If you do keep a clean sheet, you've got a hell of a chance to come away with something. That will again set the platform for the home game against City. It's just building that confidence more and more and more. And yes, we do want to get something out of the, although they're two away games, but if we get something out of the games at Everton and City, hopefully we'll do, which will create an enormous stimulus for the games after that.
And just a word on injuries for personnel for the trip to Everton. I believe that everybody's fit other than Breda, obviously, who's had that operation, and Fernando, who will be a late call fitness-wise.
Yeah. Oh, that's correct. Breda had a very good and successful operation, so he can look forward to his recovery. And Fernando is going to be a late call tomorrow that we have a look. And like I said, we need to be really careful with all the games coming up that we don't rush people too early, too soon, with the chance of losing them again. So we make that call, tomorrow.
Well, we wish you luck for Saturday.
Thank you.